Caleb Williams is going to give the Chicago Bears the best quarterback play this season that they've ever had in franchise history. I can't believe this is one of the NFL's most historic franchises. They've been around than the majority of other NFL teams, and yet they've yet to have a quarterback in the history of their franchise throw for more than 4,000 yards in the season. That's going to change this year with Caleb Williams at quarterback. You can make the argument that no rookie quarterback has entered as good as a situation as what Caleb Williams is walking into in his rookie season with the Bears. You got arguably the best receiving core in the NFL with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze. Let's not also forget about Cole Kmet, who's coming off the best season of his career last year. Your offensive line should be fairly improved. And you also got an offensive coordinator in Shane Waldron, who worked a few years with Russell Wilson, and Caleb Williams kind of has a similar playing style to what Russell Wilson did during his prime years in Seattle. So the fact that you hire Shane Waldron, somebody who is familiar with working with quarterbacks that have this kind of skill set where they do a lot of improvising, is going to greatly help out Caleb Williams and his ability to succeed year one in Chicago. I also love that even if you do have games where Caleb Williams kind of struggles, you have a defense that should be good enough to help bail him out and give this offense some time in certain games to get going. So for Caleb Williams this year, I'm expecting him to throw for well over 4,000 yards, probably have 30 passing touchdowns to only 9-10 interceptions, and he'll probably have a couple of rushing touchdowns, maybe 5 or 6, 400 rushing yards. When I watched him in the preseason, he looked exactly like how I thought he would when he was coming out of USC. And that was a more refined version of what Patrick Mahomes was when he was coming out of Texas Tech. Better, more comfortable in the pocket, pretty good going through his progressions. And he just made all kinds of magical throws all throughout the action that he played in the preseason when he was getting outside his pocket, making a bunch of impressive off-platform throws. Like, Caleb Williams is good inside the pocket, but he's at his best when things break down and he has to create out of structure. And with the concerns that we have about Chicago's offensive line, his skill set is going to greatly help out that unit, and he's going to give you something that you didn't get when you had Justin Fields at quarterback, which is somebody that you can trust to win you games in the fourth quarter. As much as Bear fans love Justin Fields, what they don't want to admit is that he was awful in the fourth quarter. This was somebody that, from the span of him being a starter from 2021 to now, he was the worst fourth quarter quarterback when it came to taking care of the football. He led the NFL in fourth quarter turnovers. He had the worst fourth quarter completion percentage in the National Football League for over the last 3 years. Anytime you got in a situation that you needed Justin Fields to deliver you a game-winning drive, he always choked. Caleb Williams is different. He has a different aura, a different mentality around him that when the game's on the line and you need him to drive down the field to deliver you a game-winning touchdown to beat the Packers, he can get it done. His accuracy, how well he throws the football with anticipation, is what separates him from Justin Fields. Justin Fields is one of those dudes that you need a great offensive line that can give him all day to throw, and you need receivers that can get open fast because he's not going to throw guys open. Caleb Williams throws the ball in a way that it helps receivers not only get yards after catch, but it makes playing receiver a lot easier when you have somebody that has great ball placement on his throws that Caleb Williams has. You Bears fans are not about to recognize the kind of quarterback play that you're going to get this year out of Caleb Williams because you've never had a quarterback this good before. I'm expecting Caleb to have the same impact year one that Andrew Luck did when he got drafted by the Indianapolis Colts. This is one of those kinds of players that truly lives up to the generational label because he changes the fortunes of your franchise. You've never had a truly elite quarterback. The best quarterback play that you've gotten in recent years was that year you went to the playoffs and you had the double doink with Mitchell Trubisky and Jay Cutler when you lost to the Packers in the NFC Championship 14 years ago. Caleb Williams is easily going to give the Bears something they've never had before, which is high-end, elite quarterback play this year. And I expect him, after this season concludes, to be considered a top 10 quarterback in the league. And anything less than that would be a major disappointment, considering the expectations that was placed upon him when he got drafted #1 overall by Chicago. So I am a big believer in Caleb Williams. I've been watching him ever since he came in after halftime against Texas and the Red River Shootout. And I've just been a huge fan of his. I think that he's been getting way too much hate that's been undeserved, and I can't wait to see him tear up the NFL this year. I'm a huge fan of Caleb Williams. This is probably one of my favorite players to watch, and he hasn't even played a single snap in the NFL yet officially. But Bears fans, you guys got a good one.